Look at this freaking gorgeous rug. I mean, I would love it in the living room. Why does that look so blue? It actually matches some of the, I mean, that's a little bit more green than this, but this is way more green than it's showing. Anyway, I originally bought this for the beauty room.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is B.fleye Beauty, and today we're going to go through quite a few years of the makeover, the start of my beauty room, my office. We moved into this home in 2021, summer of 2021, and so the beginning of this footage is actually 2021. So originally my goal was to take you through every room of the home and show you how we have decorated it, styled it, furnished it, what we use the room for. And because of the way we do things, or I do things, and Freddie kind of agrees with, which is we don't want to go, like when we first moved in, we had ideas of what we wanted, but we didn't want to just go buy a cookie cutter spot, right? Like all matching living room set. Because of the way our style is and the way our budget is. And here's the thing, like there is enough stuff in the world already that we don't need to be buying brand new all the time. So if you want to buy brand new, I love it for you. It's not for us, not for everything. Like it's not that nothing in the house is brand new, but the majority of the things that we use to style, furnish, decorate our home is secondhand, thrifted, Facebook Marketplace. And some of these things were brand new when we got them from Facebook Marketplace. The couch we have right now is brand new from a big box store. And so we do have those items, but I think part of the reason that these rooms have fluctuated and taken so long to present to you is that we like to live in the space before we decide how we're going to use it. So like our spare bedroom that you will see at some point, hopefully in the next month or so, had probably 4 different iterations of beds, day beds, couches, chairs, Murphy beds, until we figured out what worked with our lifestyle, who actually comes to the house, how do we use the room? And then once we finalize how we do that, then it takes time to find the things we realized we actually need. So like I didn't want to buy a brand new Murphy bed, so it took a while to find one on Facebook Marketplace, and then we had to paint it and blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of where this beauty room has gone. So the first thing I want to show you is 2021. It's buying the brand new rug that ended up getting cloth moths recently, which is absolutely devastating. You know, my desk is facing the window. I had shelves up and like, just the plan. And it's kind of interesting for me even to see the process of where I thought it would go to where it is now. So let's go ahead and go to some videos of 2021, how I first had the room, where my thought process was, and then we'll come back.
This is where we're starting. It really is a mess. I definitely have lots of like Christmas, Halloween decor here. I have my new rug. I have stools that I'm selling, art that needs to be put up. This is all my vintage stuff that needs to go here on these shelves that Freddie put up for me. So I'm going to start with that. It's very overwhelming. This is definitely my least done room, most chaotic. And I think it's the source of a lot of anxiety. So we're going to start working on it this morning. Okay, I've done a lot of cleaning. The shelves are up. We definitely have to add another one here so I can put a few more things that I have. I think I'm gonna put stools on this side, the extra stools that we have. Most of this is part of my vintage shop, just wall hangings and photos and art. Carpet I still have to roll out. I got it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of art that I'm going to do a, what's it called? Gallery wall here. So I'm going to work on that now and then I'll show you what I got. Okay, I think I love it. I'm going to sit with this and where it's at right now. And I think it'll be good because I can add on to it, but you can tell that there's like greens and pinks and blacks. And I think that's the colors I will be going with, along with, of course, vintage woods. Slim, how you doing? Slim Pickens. Oh my, must have died of laughter. All right, so this is that dresser that I have from my mom. I was originally using it for like a pet station. We were gonna have it be Freddie's cricket station, but we need a desk for that so he can, like, you know, scoot on in. And anyway, so what my idea is, I don't know if I can make this happen, is to use the top 2 drawers for makeup and the bottom 2 drawers for crafts. I wish there were more variety in the drawers, but I want to use this wisely. So I'm going to see if it'll fit in my I'm going to see if it'll fit in my closet in the beauty room and see if I can, like, make everything happen here. And then I bought... All right, we are in process right now, and it's a total mess. So what we did was we took the closet doors off. I'm going to put a curtain here. That way I am able to utilize this dresser as my craft and makeup station. And then on top, I'm going to keep lipsticks, brushes, and then this, I'm really pumped about this. I'm going to use this light to help take pictures of my vintage items. The vintage items that are not going to be displayed on the shelf are going to go up here along with my little tiger. And then this is all photos. These are all photo albums, photos. This is like stuff from my mom. And then this is just my camera box. So the only thing that's going to be up here are going to be memories and then extra vintage items that I want to sell. So I used to keep my crafts and stuff up here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything down, makeup and craft wise, to fit in here. And then to all the things that I use on the daily or quite often are going to go in this little cart. I'm going to put the wheels on. It's got some hooks and stuff. That way I can just really get stuff. What is the word I'm looking for? Fine-tuned. There we go. And then this is... Oh, my stepdad gave me that. I just need to go through. That's there's like screws and nails and tools and crap in there. And I'm just really excited to get this all taken care of. This is my craft box, so I'm going to end up taking that to Goodwill. This is broken, so I'm really excited. This is where we're at now. So, it's so much work. Woo! So this is, I got my little craft station on wheels. These are my most used craft things. And then I will give you a tour inside as well. So makeup, left side makeup, right side crafts, bottom right crafts, bottom left, just like papers I got to keep. I have my florals, faux florals here. I have some longer, I guess, just wood rods, metal rods. I have some moss back there in a little baggie. This is big wall vintage items that I will be selling. And then there's also a box with rolled up removable wallpaper like what I used here. Then my station here with my brushes, my lipsticks, and then where I can take pictures. I have my makeup kit and when I go on vacation, bags. These are my fancy dresses. Again, this is my memories, photo albums mostly with just a few little extra things. That is the camera box. Makeup tools like cords. The box that goes to my, I was gonna say my air fryer. What's it called? Spray foundation. Oh my gosh, I can't think of words right now. And then these are a few more of my vintage items that I'm selling. I'm not selling that. So this will eventually kind of clear out my jewelry here, The one thing I still have to do is figure out it's just been so much time and work, is figure out my tools and like nails, etc. And then right here, I just have a little area of things that I am working on. So it's like my current project stash. This is something that I'm gonna possibly put some removable wallpaper on so that I can use it to take pictures in front of. So this is like current of need to get together. So I'm gonna put this here and then take a break.
Okay, as you saw, we had the desk facing the window, which really was the best place for it to be for videos. I also had put these, the floating lac shelves, I think they're the lac shelves from IKEA, really, really high up, which looked beautiful, but it was hard to put super heavy stuff up there. And it was hard for me to actually get to when I sold something. And so we kind of you see me like switch out the carpet, but we ended up taking those shelves down. And you probably saw already that I put this dresser into the closet. We removed the doors, put curtains up. I ended up getting someone from TaskRabbit or something like that to come in and put extra shelves in the closet, because in that closet, well, let me go back. So I do 3 different things in that room. Makeup artistry, which is probably the lowest now, which is another reason why it got changed around, because that's not my number 1 priority in that room anymore. Number 2, vintage reselling. And number 3, having a space for real estate items and to do real estate work. So in that little dresser, in that closet, I had crafting stuff, I had home decor, I had real estate stuff, I had photos and memories from my whole life. And so we have kind of, that closet is still that way. It's just the priorities have changed and where things have gone have changed, and they're probably still going to adjust.
Dude, look at this mess. So we have hired someone from TaskRabbit to come add a shelf here and here. And then I bought a very narrow, small, perfect little desk that's going to go here, so that I can put my computer there and keep my vanity on the opposite side behind me. That way I'll have more room to put things that I don't really use often way at the top. Things that I kind of use, and then my office stuff will go right here for my agent business. Whew, that's gonna take a lot. But I think we're just not good at this kind of thing. And then time-wise, I think it was just smarter to hire someone for $50.
All right, we got the rug down. As you could see, I was trying to decide between what direction, and I do think that this is the right direction to have it. I'm trying to think, do I want to put it all the way under the vanity or not? The issue with that is more so about getting it dirty. When you put down a rug, it should go underneath the furniture, and I think that this doesn't feel right because it's not. So I think I do need to bring it back. And then I think, so I made these for the living room and they didn't work, but I think I'm gonna use them as plant stands in here because I want lots of plants. So not really sure where I'm gonna put this yet, but I moved over my art. We got my shelves up, but anyway, this is more about the carpet. So I'll let you know what I decide.
Okay, I wanted to show you what my new plan is for this room. So these are boxes and everything from our little pop-up sale with me and Charlene. And I kept it in here because I had a feeling I'd be taking them somewhere. So I switched the whole room around. So now my desk faces this way instead of the window, and I love it. Have my little chair, have my little photography station. However, I only have 2 of these cabinets. I hate that they're open shelving because it just feels very cluttery. And I wanted wood, but I'm going to show you what I found on Amazon. And I think I'm going to get 4 of these metal cabinets that look like wood. So it's just going to be all these beautiful black cabinets that look like built-ins. And then all of this is going to go inside, even like my home decor and stuff. And then it'll just be these 2 things. We're going to try and see if we can put them in the living room on either side of the TV, if they feel too claustrophobic or not. But anyway, I'm really excited. I'm going to show you what it looks like. But I can't even be in here because I just don't have enough room for all my stuff. I mean, granted, if I actually get that booth at Painted Tree, most of this stuff is going to be gone anyway. But whatever I do have, I just want it to be in closed storage. So I'm going to send you those.
Okay, quick update. We got 3 cabinets up and done for the beauty room. And while we were moving them in, because my life is like literal upheaval right now waiting for these cabinets to be done. And unfortunately, one of them is actually back ordered, so we can't actually finish it. Anyway, while we were moving them in, I noticed that my rug had some weird stuff going on. Turns out I have, it's my favorite Moroccan rug that I got off Etsy. And I got it on sale when I was browsing in the bathtub like 3 or 4 years ago for like an amazing price. Anyway, it has cloth moths, and I'm just not, it's grossing me out. I don't think I can get it all out myself, and it costs so much money to get done professionally, so I'm letting it sit outside, which was one of the recommendations, to see if I can burn everything off, but I think I'm just gonna get rid of it, which is very sad, but it's the kind of rug that like stuff is gonna sit on top of it, and it's not really gonna be moved around a lot, and that's something that needs to be done for a Moroccan rug, so now I know. Anyway, so I'm gonna put a different rug in there. I'm probably just gonna get rid of the one that has the moths in it, and we'll mop and everything, but the good part is they've decided not to attach these shelves to the wall, so I'm gonna show you what it looks like without the fourth one, and then I'm gonna actually start planning out how I want to organize these shelves. I'm gonna have 4 total. I'm gonna have 2 for my resale vintage business and 2 for home decor and other stuff for our actual home. So let's take a look-see. So of course I wasn't looking, and this is the square version, this is the arched version. At this point, I just don't even care. So this one has a drawer at the bottom, which is why these don't line up, because I wanted to have one with a drawer at the bottom on each side. So it wasn't gonna line up anyway. It's really the shapes that don't match. But I think once it's all in completely, I'm just not gonna care. So we have one more to go here. I'm gonna mop, put that new, well, it's not a new carpet. We had it in the living room last year. So I'm gonna put that there. Then we will get started to organize, because this is just absolutely horrific and anxiety producing. And then what's going to be in here is my crafting stuff, and then all my real estate business stuff. So it's going to be completely separate from all the decor, staging stuff for my house and other homes, resale stuff. And then I'm also going to clean this off and go as minimal as possible. It's going to be hard, but I think I'm up for the task. We just have to think little by little, right, Noodle? Good morning. So I'm going to show you guys my desk. I've cleaned and scrubbed the floor in my beauty room. I just went ahead and threw the rug away. I got a new, small, washable, thin one ready to go, coming today. And the way I have my desk set up, it's a vintage desk, and the back of it looks like it should be up against a wall, but it's not. So let me show you it, and let me show it to you, and I'll show you what I want to do to it. So you can see how, right, this is made to be against the wall. So I'm actually going to, gasp, paint it. I'm going to paint some stripes on it. It's on the back, so it's not, to me, it's not ruining the furniture. I would never actually paint this unless it was in horrific condition, and it's not. But feng shui wise, you do not want your back to the door. And all these cabinets are going to look beautiful and clean. I'll have my little rug. I still need to clean off the desk and vanity and do all this. But because I don't have that other cabinet, I'm like, what else can I do in the meantime? So we're going to paint this. Yeah, shake it off. And then our rug shall come today. Okay, the helper. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna paint the whole entire desk, and then I'll go back and do the stripes after the fact. All right, we have our first coat on, kind of a 1.5 coat. I'm not real particular, so it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to let this dry, and then we will do some touch-ups, and then I'm going to painter's tape and do a stripe. I thought this would be the easiest way to do that. I was going to do wallpaper here, reusable, no, like peel and stick wallpaper, but I think I'm just going to paint, because the wallpaper I do have is not, it doesn't look good. It doesn't go. It's not the pattern I want, not the colors I want, which is fine. And I don't want to buy anything. I'm going to use what I have. So I'm using 2 paint colors I have to do stripes, and the rug is on its way. Whoop, whoop. Okay, I finished painting, and I don't hate it, but I think I actually have a better idea. So I think it's cute. Nothing wrong with it. Not perfect, but there's nothing wrong with it. What I think I want to do is get some cafe curtains and use some command strips to put up a little curtain rod here, and then hang some really, really pretty curtains. And then I can change them out seasonally if I want to, or if I get tired of them, I'm not having to repaint everything. So I'm going to keep this as is. Looks fine. Going to add some curtains, but our rug came in, so we're going to put that in next. You guys, look at this. Noodle, what do you think? Doesn't it look so beautiful? I thought about doing an 8x10, but we did a 5x8 or 5x7. I just think this is just better for the room, easier to take care of. Right, buddy? What do you think? This boy, ragamuffin. You need a haircut, huh? Ooh, so cute. Now we just got to get them curtains. And I don't know, maybe I'll live with it for a little bit. Maybe I'll add some sort of trim here. Maybe that'll help, because it's just so unfinished. But I love the rug. It looks very small, but I just think it's more of what we're needing here. Just got to clean that off. I cannot wait to get that other piece. It's still out of stock, so I just have to be patient. And then this is going to be all real estate business and some crafting. And then, like I said before, this will be home decor and resell vintage business. And then this is my rolling desk that I hope to free up. I'm going to use this to redo my vanity, restructure all my makeup, which I might do tonight. I'm not sure. We'll see. I usually get a second wind around 10. So yeah, lots of work to do, but really loving this.
So after all of that was done and we took those shelves down, we ended up putting, I had a vintage desk facing the window, and I ended up getting these beautiful wooden cabinets by Blue Dot. They were not vintage, but they were mid-century inspired. And so I had now all my items to where I could grab them when they sold. I could rearrange, make sure that the weight was evenly distributed. It was a lot stronger than like a floating shelf on the wall. And then I got cloth moths, which was awesome. So I ended up having to take that rug out. And then I also realized that I do not like open shelving. It created chaos because a lot of that room is ever evolving when it comes to items. So like if I can't fit huge paintings in the closet, they go up against a window. So, or if I just brought in a bunch of items that I sourced that need to be cleaned and photographed, they go on this little area, and it was too much unorganized chaos. I needed something that closed the doors. So I ended up selling those cabinets. We used them at the painted tree. Then after we got them back from the painted tree, I sold them. I had a client also get me to change the orientation of the room. And even though it no longer faced the window to give me that beautiful light, it felt completely different. I literally wanted to be in that room for the first time. I never wanted to work in that room. It did not feel good. And at this point, once I changed the desk to where my back was to the wall instead of my back was to the door, it felt like a completely different room. So I ended up getting, again, this is one of those moments where I bought brand new cabinets from Amazon. They were these metal, made for the garage, but look beautiful and you can put them anywhere. I put those up against the wall, put my back against that, put a chair in. And is it still like a little chaotic in there? Yes, but it's organized. It feels good. There's no more cloth moths. Everything is closed so that anytime I bring any new items in, it might be a little messy for a little bit, but the whole room isn't feeling like that. So it literally just was like a breath of fresh air. It was like 500 pounds just got lifted from my shoulders, and I wanted to be in there. I'm still waiting for another cabinet to finish it off. So when you see this final reveal, it's not going to look perfect, but it's where I'm at right now. And I didn't want to wait because the majority of it is done. And I'm just waiting for that last cabinet to finish organizing some of the things. And then I have a few tasks to do on my own, which is like get some art put away, get some things organized and all of that. But I think once I get that last cabinet, it'll be perfect. So I'll update you in a future video. But for now, let's look at the reveal.
Okay, so this is where we're at. This is, I wish it could be more perfect for you, but we are still waiting for this cabinet, as you have heard. This is my trash can. This is all of the packing materials that will go in the bottom of the 4th cabinet. So the end cabinets have drawers at the bottom. So that's where all of that will go. And we're just having to live with it at the time now. I completed this I finally glued on the border, which I love. These are 3 pieces of art that I have listed on Facebook Marketplace right now. So I don't want to put them in the closet because I want to have easy access to them. I have my chair cleaned off and my little animals. This is for a drink or a computer. These stools I brought back from inside. I had some stools here that I'd made. Well, they were going to be an entryway table or a behind the sofa table, but it didn't really work out. So I brought these in, put the marble top on it to take pictures, and then these things are going to the shop soon. So either this area is either go to the shop or take pictures for Facebook Marketplace. This is my rolling desk that I can take into the living room, or if I want to sit here and do some little work on my laptop. Right now, the top is filled with art that needs to be hung in our own home, as well as some gifts that need to be sent out, marketing materials that needs to be organized. It's kind of hard just because I don't have that 4th cabinet, so I'm trying to stay as organized as possible. This is my, like, what's currently happening in real estate. And then I have my gallery wall here, my witch hats. We've added the curtains. I can't remember what was shown earlier, so just kind of giving you a full rundown. This is the closet that has all my crafts, other home decor, makeup, etc. And it looks pretty good in there, but I might show it at a later time because, again, there is stuff in there that needs to go in this cabinet. But I do still have this dresser of my mommy's. That's some paint for touch-ups. Wanted to keep it inside the home. So that's worked out really, really well. There's Nudie Booty. Hi, Bubby. You such a good helper. But I'm super happy with the direction. I don't remember what was said earlier, like I said, but I did have this facing the window, and I just think it opened up the room beautifully. The only thing that sucks is that, like, facing the window really gave me great videos for lighting. But this makes way more feng shui sense. It actually feels differently when I sit down, and it's going to look awesome once I have that last cabinet. We got that ugly, not ugly, but ugly after the rugs got it, after the bugs got it, rug bugs. But I'm loving where this is going, and I just wanted to share what we had so far because I don't know how long it's going to be till that cabinet comes in, and I just wanted to show you how far we've come in this room. Again, this needs to be taken care of. These things need to be taken care of. But other than that, we look pretty good and organized.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. It was a little chaotic. It was a little all over the place. It's literally 5 freaking years in the making. Let me know down below how you like the finished product, the finished orientation, the colors. Tell me what you think. Still have a little bit more to go, so stay tuned for that. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.